When COVID-19 is ripping the world apart, sometimes it's better to just walk the line. But even when you try to walk the line, life can throw that curveball at you. Alright, a very big welcome back to all of you. Today we have another session, which we're going to start off with two beautiful and very simple warm-up movements that are going to focus on the core, going to get some hinging done, and we're going to warm up the shoulders properly, which we need to. I have Daphne here to demo for you guys. Let's start off looking at the first movement, which you have to start laying on the floor. So if you want to practice with us, go on the floor on your back, and let's have a look at Daphne while practicing. So she's going to be on her back here. The idea is that she's going to have her hands next to her hips, pressing into the floor, so her shoulder blades are off the floor. She's starting with the legs off the floor here. Now she's going to pull in the knees towards the chest, and then she's going to maintain everything with the upper body. From there, she's going to press the legs away. Nice and slow. Well, let's call this a lying knee tuck. I think that's a good name for the movement. A lying knee tuck, or a half hollow, or the faking tuck up. Or I can keep going and come up with different names for this movement. If you want to scale this, don't do it. Now, the other movement we're going to show you is a IYT raise, just on the floor with no additional equipment. So she's going to go face down on this one. She's going to have legs together. Now she can have her legs on the floor. Now first we're going to make a I shape with the hands, thumbs up. She's going to raise the arms, come back down towards close to the floor and go back up. We call this the I raise. Let's do two more for the people at home watching. Now she's going to change the shape of the body into a Y by having her hands slightly more out. So you got the Y shape going on here. Beautiful. Thumbs going to the ceiling. Beautiful warm up for the shoulders, which was 3 times beautiful in just one line. And now the arms go out to the side. We make that T shape. There we go. And then we raise it up, really squeezing those shoulder blades together in the end position, properly warming up the shoulders and also working some active mobility in there, which means control every portion of that movement. You can spice it up by doing all 3 movements with the legs off the floor. Here we go. Look at that Superman going on. Superwoman. Yes, that's what I mean. There's actually lots of names you can do, like Superwoman, Supergirl is also a series on Netflix. You guys can watch that. I think it's terrible. Like, it's a rip-off of what actually is very important, as in your education about DC Comics, but that's for another day. Alright, so we just showed you 2 movements. It's now time to get them together in that warm-up. The concept is the following. We'll have a 6-minute AMRAP for pure quality, where we're going to alternate between 12 repetitions of that lying knee tuck, that fake tuck up kind of movement. And then we do 9 reps of the IYT raise on the floor, of which I, Y, and T are all done for 3 repetitions in a row. 6 minutes of that. Daphne's going to start around with you guys, so tag along, go to the floor, be on your back first. We start in 10 seconds. Make sure your hands are next to your hips. Press your hands into the floor. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice pulling in of the knees, going towards the nose there, and then pressing away. While you're pulling in the knees, make sure you keep your lower back into the floor, shoulder blades pressed off the floor, using the hands there to assist. The less you press with the hands, the harder it'll become on the abs, which is all fine. I hope she is counting, because I'm definitely not. At home, I hope you are counting, and otherwise, after like 30 seconds, you can switch to the next exercise. That is all good. Bye-bye. Nice. So upon completion of the 12th rep of the lying knee tuck, aka fake tuck up, you're going to go on your belly. You're going to make that IYT variation of 3 reps each, starting with the I. So a nice Superman position here, having the arms as far away from the body as possible, making sure a straight arm comes up. 3 repetitions of the I, 3 repetitions of the Y, and 3 repetitions of the T. Now at home, if you have very light plates like 1 kilo or 1.5 kilos or 2 kilos, or light bottles, you can also add those to the IYT raises if you feel you're comfortable enough doing so. Long story short, see you back in a second. Let's continue with some active mobility work for that shoulder griddle, because in the actual workout it's going to be all shoulders today. Now we're going to have 3 movements combined in 6 intervals. So you do each movement twice in like 2 rounds format. It's 60 seconds of active work, 15 seconds of rest. Okay? Now this is going to be tough mobility basically. We're going to have Daphne standing against the wall. I need you guys to start with us. So she's going to stand against the wall. Boom, boom, boom. She's going to have her hips against the wall, shoulders against the wall, elbows against the wall, hands against the wall, wrists against the wall. And I'm going to press the play button here, but what's simply going to happen is while everything is pressed against the wall, she's slowly going to slide her hands up to overhead. Let's start out with that. Nice and slow. Slide the hands up to overhead. And this can go as slow as you feel the need to do so. And once you reach overhead, you come back down. As you can see, she's actually not locking out in the top whatsoever. Why is that? She's looking for limitations of the body. And the limitation is, can I keep my lower back pressed into that wall? If this is too hard for you to do, the standing variation, you can also do it on the floor, on your back. Think about this. My lower back's against the wall, my shoulder's against the wall, my elbow, my wrist, and my hand. And try to keep all those things connected to the wall throughout doing this movement. This should actually be very tough. And we got about 20 seconds left. Instead of showing me that you can do 10 reps of this in 60 seconds, I'd rather have you do 5 very slow and perfect repetitions and really fight and find the challenge of going through that movement pattern here. Beautiful. We got 8 seconds left of the wall slide, and then we move on to our set of bottles. So you got 15 seconds to grab a set of bottles. There we go. So you're going to grab your bottles. You're going to have them in front of the body with arms nice and long, with the palms facing each other. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to actually make a raise all the way to overhead, but then the palms go outwards in the end position. Let's go. So we raise, palms go out, 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 out. Turn them out, turn them out, turn them out. Yeah, we go. That's it. Beautiful. Good, 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 good. And come back down. Nice. So we actually end up in an internally rotated position of the shoulder. And that's exactly what I need to see. We call them blue raises. So palms in, and then palms go away to the side. There we go. That's nice. And then they come back into the middle. Good. And I really want you to focus on the positioning of the palms, because we want to have that shoulder internally rotated in the end position, working that stable lockout. I'm not going to go into discussion of CrossFit with external versus internal rotation, but let's just keep the fact that this is way more stable in an overhead position if you, for example, are doing snatches or overhead squats or anything alike. Yes, good. So we got 10 more seconds, and I like how slow she is going, really meticulously focusing on what the shoulder is doing in each centimeter of the movement instead of just rushing through here. We got a 2, we got a 1, we got a rest. Bottles go to the side, and guess what we're going to do now? Our favorite inchworm, your favorite holiday movement. Do this for 2 minutes, you will be gassed. Now 5 seconds to go, and I definitely can perform these looking very, very good. If I would do these, my legs would probably start in a bit of a wider position than this, pure based on mobility. You walk out and you walk back up. It's actually that simple. Now, while she's going through this, what we're looking for in a walk forward is a nice and tight belly while going forward. Now, you can indeed go with the hands in front of the shoulders as long as you can maintain tension in that ab area there, or the abdominal area should be nice and tight. If you start losing tension there and the back starts to arch, it simply means you are too far away. So don't go far because you think you can just get there. Go far because you're still in control of what the body's doing. On the way up, you drive your butt to the ceiling and drive your heels into the floor while knees stay nice and extended throughout doing these inchworms. We got 15 seconds left, crew. Let's keep the pace going on the inchworms. 10 more seconds. Again, if you in 60 seconds do like 5 or 6 reps, I think that's perfect. It doesn't have to be more than that. It's all about the quality. Yeah. So that was 1 round. You guys should do everything 1 more time, making just 2 rounds of a very good shoulder warm-up, and I will see you back in a second. So, the shoulders are properly warmed up right now. It is time to start with the real workout. We have 2 movements that we will show you, starting off with the bag. Now, if you don't have a bag, as in if you have other material than a bag, like dumbbells or kettlebells, what I would like to see for this workout is at least then 2 pieces of equipment, because I want to have 2 hands working at the same time. If it can be something you can hold on to with the 2 hands, that would be perfect. A barbell would be perfect as well, because we are going to do push jerks today, using the entire body to drive an object overhead. Now, Daphne's going to show you these, starting off with that bag. Daphne, can you get the bag to your front rack? Elbows underneath. Now from here, can you please go through a sequence of a couple of push jerks here? So you're going to drive your legs into the bag, and then you're going to push yourself under the bag. Beautiful catch there with the arms straight. So legs in, shoulders down. Nice. Can you get a couple of reps like touch and go style? Boom. Here we go. Locking out, bringing the bag back. So when she goes back down, it's catching the bag with the legs, driving up with the legs, and then catching that with the shoulder nice and firm. Push jerks. You need to have those happen. If this technically is extremely difficult for you to do, then don't do the redip, just push press the bag. Now let's assume that Daphne has a terrible shoulder injury or a minor shoulder injury, as in it's still a shoulder injury. She cannot go overhead. I do want her to use the upper body, so what she will do is some rowing movement here. So let's go into that hinging pattern. Get your upper body as parallel to the floor as possible. Slight knee bend and pull the elbows up and back. Boom. Just pull the back against your chest. That's all you need to do here. Rows, squeeze that upper back in the end position. Shoulder blades coming together. Lats on fire. And we have our rowing movement. Substitute every rep for a rep of this. All right, let's ditch the back. Let's have a look at our second movement. Actually, we kind of need the back because we're going to do burpees, but then instead of finishing with the jump overhead, you're going to do a lateral jump over the back. Can you give me 3 reps, Daphne? So she goes down in a regular burpee, she comes up, but instead of finishing with that clap overhead, she's going to jump over that back. If you're afraid of the back, you can jump behind the back. That's all fine. That's good. That's 3 reps. So every rep ends with a jump here, right? A nice little burpee. Now let's assume that she has a no jumping injury first. In that case, she's going to do stepping burpee with a step over the back. Now let's have a look at Daphne showing the injury option of a stepping burpee. Jawel. With a step over the back. Oh yeah, look at that. All that range of motion is in there, and that's a very good one. There we go. Now, she's going to continue with the no pressing option. So can you just continue and now go for, I have shoulder injuries, so I'm doing rows with the back, and I'm doing kickbacks with a jump. Here we go. So this means you cannot go through that entire pressing motion because it hurts the shoulder or the chest or the tricep tendon. And now do the completely injured. So we're doing the walking kickback here. And I'm obviously making joke of the completely injured, but this is also a very safe option of scaling down the movement to your level. Now, it should be possible to keep moving without stopping in all of the movements here you choose to make. Alright, the format for the workout will be the following. We have a 10-minute time frame as an AMRAP with rounds of 10 push jerks and 10 lateral burpees over the back. Instead of thinking about, I'm going to spread out the energy over the course of 10 minutes, I want you to go for as many rounds and reps as possible. And because we're talking about fatigue of the shoulder here with the combination, I want you to start out faster and get as many rounds done in the first 3 to 4 minutes and then try to slow down for the remainder of the 10-minute time frame. Daphne is ready. I know you are ready. So let's all start together with this little workout in 10 seconds. 10 push jerks using the legs as much as possible. You will thank me later. And then 10 lateral burpees over the back. All right, let's go. There we go. Boom. That's one little push jerk there. She's utilizing legs and hip drive here to get the back up, pushing the shoulder to get under the back. Nice push jerks. I like that. So you can call it power jerks or push jerks or whatever. If you can do this unbroken, which is a necessity, it won't take you more than 15 seconds to get through the set. 20 seconds to get to the set. And then immediately followed after, you're going to go through these burpees here. Nice. And she actually did what I asked you guys to do, which was what? It was starting out fast. And normally we try to demo stuff for you guys at a pace and you're like, hey, that's a good pace I can do for the entirety of the workout. No, the advice was to start out with a bang. Get the first 3 to 4 rounds done in as short of time as possible. And then just for the remainder, suck it up, spread out whatever you have left, start breaking up the set, start slowing down the pace here. She's doing a round within the minute. Now, is she gonna be able to continue on this pace? I'm gonna be very honest, obviously not. It's hard to do 10 rounds of this in the workout because of all the shoulder fatigue, but it's a good way of starting this one. You guys keep going, embrace the pump. See you guys back tomorrow.